What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Major Keyz podcast with your host, Zach Wilson. We're on season 3 talking to keyboard players about life and music and everything in between. Today, we've got a special guest, Mr. Norman Spence. What's going on, bro? What's going on, bro?
Peace, y'all. What's good? What's good?
Yeah, man. How's the new year treating you? All that good stuff.
Oh, it's beautiful so far, man. Beautiful. Ready to start it off, hit it hard.
For sure, man. All right, man. Let's start from the top, bro. How did you get started playing keys?
Grew up with a piano in the house. You know, my dad, he plays piano in Baltimore. That's where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pastor now, but you know, they say when the McDonald's commercial or the Coca-Cola commercial would come on and I was like 2 or 3, I would run to the piano and try to figure the melody out. You know, I don't remember those stories, but they do. I've heard those. And I probably didn't start actually trying to play keys until I was 16.
Okay.
I was a drummer first, you know, church boy. Dad said, get on the drums. I had to get on the drums.
Right.
So that was 8 to about 16. It was drums. And then when my musical taste changed and I started hanging around some musician cats, it's like I started listening to Dilla,
Yeah,
and The Roots. You know, I found out about that at a pizza place I was working at. The guy said, man, what you listening to? I said, DMX, Biggie, Wu-Tang. He said, you heard of JD? I said, Jermaine Dupri? He said, no, nigga, Dilla.
yeah.
I was like 15. And he'll put me on, and that changed my trajectory. So I used to come home. You know, you can't listen to the gospel in my house, my dad's house.
Oh, it's like that. Yeah.
Facts. So I put the headphones on at the piano. I'm trying to figure out whatever songs, the intro, the Fantastic, Volume 2, all of that. And then that just was like, okay, this is a feel. James Poy's a major influence. Major. And then hearing that stuff, hearing Badu, and just navigating through the realm that was feeling good versus just the stuff they were playing on the radio and they weren't talking crazy. I was like, okay, I can embrace this. It's positive. It's you know, it feel good. Is hitting right. And then so I just started taking keys serious. Then playing at this little church in Baltimore. Everybody was better than me, but they kept telling me turn my keyboard up. Even I kept it down. And eventually, one couple fingers turned to one hand turned to 2 hands. You know, no training. No,
guys, I was gonna ask. I was like, did you have a teacher at all, or you just learned like all just trying to do it on your own? Like, how did you learn?
I tell you like this. Like for a long time, they got this guy Josh Wilson. They call him Mouse in Baltimore. Big homie, was like a big brother cousin type thing growing up. You know what I mean? He was playing organ, keys, super killing. I hope you look him up or know him. But he they had a church concert, for instance. He showed me the chords for all of those songs. I had no clue what key I was playing in, but I just remembered the notes he told me to hit.
Okay.
You know, work on, come to the rehearsals and all. And that was that. But after that, the ear kind of took me. Everybody kept telling me, learn your scales. So I'm like, okay, well, major scale, cool. Well, I got that. So I was like, well, that's kind of, let me put a triad behind it. I keep the melody on the top and just walk it up and down. Then with the bass part, I was like, all right, maybe I'll keep the melody major and then just walk it from the 6 or experiment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And eventually it all kind of clicked. It's like, okay, Oh Happy Day from Sister Act 2, they did 1 through 5 and they kept moving. So everything could be major. And, you know, in theory, which is how church numbers go.
Right.
And from there, you could find a major scale in any song at any time. Okay, so cool. And then you got the Sound of Music with the modes to the whole do, re, mi thing. I'm like, we don't speak Latin. Those are numbers for real. We, you know, based on what the church threw on me.
Mm-hmm.
It really, I guess, between picking up the bass at 20, trying to play keys at 16, picking up the bass at 20, somewhere in them 2 worlds, opened up keys some more. Because it was like, oh, I was doing a bass line on the keyboard, and now I can only focus on the bass line. But it all just kind of came together when I don't know, bro. It's the grace of God. I can't take no credit for real. Straight up.
Yeah, for sure. But no like private teacher. There's nowhere like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take lessons every weekend. Da, da, da. It was just like all listening and like trying to do it.
I wish to God I had that, man, because everybody else in the band, they had that. They went to NOCA, they went to Southern. They had some teachers, classical lessons, like
Yeah.
this dude, Joe Johnson.
Hmm.
You probably don't know that name, but you done heard his playing on our
Okay.
music. This is Josh. This is Josh's older brother. All that classical sound stuff, all, think tank. Think about songs we got like Forgetfulness. That's
Hmm.
him. That's his arrangements. Bruh, dude is a genius. And then he had to go do that, put that down in the studio with us. And now he live in Colorado. I'm like, you do crazy stuff, then leave, and I got to learn this crazy stuff.
Gotcha.
I tell you, my feel is simple, my approach is simple,
Hmm.
and I wish I had some classical or some jazz. You know what I mean? I don't know chord names and stuff like that. Like, not
Gotcha.
facts.
Gotcha. But man, like I wouldn't know because like when I hear you playing, like I hear your style. It's just and like the thing is because like I've interviewed a bunch of people on this show, right? And like everyone's kind of story. I mean, like of course, like there's some crossover, but like the biggest thing that I've come to the conclusion of is there's no right way to do to play. I'm like music in general, right? Because like your musical experience, like you're a full-time musician, like you play all the time, right? But your experience is different than J3PO
Mm.
or like somebody like Corey or Justin Lee Schultz or like whatever, like those, it's just it's all different. Or, the person who plays keys behind this major artist or that major artist. It's all community based. It's all just playing keys and like, it's all just feel good if you're doing it from the right, if you're doing it from the right place.
Facts. Hey man, you want to hear a funny Justin Schultz story? We
I,
did
I'll take one. Yeah.
we did South by Southwest
Mm-hmm.
probably 2016, 2017, and I didn't know who that kid was.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
We about to play,
Yeah.
and some kid comes up like, "Hey man, can I play?" I'm like, "Dude, we about to do a show. What is like what you doing?"
Yeah.
And I wasn't trying to, I
You
love
weren't trying to be that guy, but
everybody. I
it's
wasn't
like,
trying to be mean. I'm like, "Yo,
yeah.
we doing something. It's not a jam." Boy, I heard that man play. I said, "Yo, that was that kid." Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, I should have just let him do his thing. He is an animal. And it's such a beautiful spirit, bro.
Nice.
And to see his whole family just killing on everything, I'm like, yo,
Mm-hmm.
his dad, yo, I got kids. I aspire. I
Yeah.
aspire. Facts, but that's that.
Nice. No, 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 for sure, for sure. That's dope. Yeah, I haven't met him, but of course he's, we know,
Jeez.
if you've seen any videos, But man, I wanted
Yeah.
to, yeah, but I wanted to know. So like when you so when did you think you started taking keys seriously, and like did you just like start gigging, and also like what did you want to do? Because like you didn't hit keys until you're 16. So like what were your aspirations like before that, and then how did they shift when you decided to take music seriously?
Oh man, before that, aspirations was girls. Man, I tell you, bro, like I was so distracted for so long. And trying to fit in, growing up in the city, going to the neighborhood elementary school, Gwynns Falls in West Baltimore.
Mhm.
And then middle school time, you got all your friends came up with from kindergarten, pre-K. And then everybody go to middle school. My dad sent us to Christian school.
Mhm.
I went to Christian school for about a year and a half. My mom, the first year, my dad, he did 7th grade. Me and my brother, we got kicked out for playing 21. We was playing cards in the bathroom. You know, goofy. They put us out when we go to the zone school. Everybody drinking, smoking, cussing, and doing everything else. So in my mind, I'm like, I got to catch up, I guess. But that kind of distraction lasted for a while. When I started working at Lido Pizza and I met that DJ to put me on Dilla,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to figure that out. I didn't know what the sound of that keyboard was. I thought it was a Rose, like Rose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right. I was calling a rose, and it found out it was a rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I go to this church and the pastor's son played drums. We both play drums. I'm messing with the keys, my dad on organ. The deacon that go there, he used to play keys and he plays sometimes. I mentioned the keyboard to him. He said he got one in his basement. He brought it to the church.
Mm-hmm.
So I started implementing the Rhodes sound into the gospel at the church.
You remember what type of keyboard it was?
73 stage Fender Rhodes.
Okay, yeah.
Sold it for some rent money, bro. I swear that was the dumbest thing I ever did. Like, 9, 8, no, 13, about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But D gave me that, and that influenced my sound. When Worldwide Underground came out, I was trying to figure that out. That was probably about 17. And James Poyser came to Baltimore for Jazzy Summer Nights, and I got to ask him what that chord was, the turnaround chord on Back in the Day, Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was like, it's a C on the bass with a G major chord. Mm-hmm. I was young. And he told me that, and I became a bigger fan of his.
Yeah.
So that sound just influenced me. I don't have between him and Kamal from The Roots.
Yeah, Kamal Gray.
Bro, like that was as high as I was shooting. I was never a chop guy or chasing chops and runs too much, probably should have. Mm-hmm. But that was my kick off the Keyz, neo soul.
Yeah.
Trying to fit the gospel.
Gotcha. And then you were like, all right, well, when you got past the girls phase or whatever, unless it was happening simultaneously.
Like real.
Yeah.
I swear by 16, I buckled down a little harder. Mm-hmm. I knew I wanted to do music. I was going to high school, Mervo in Baltimore for computer programming. Okay. But I remember when by 18, I was about to graduate, the pastor at the church was like, so what you gonna do when you get out of high school? I was like, man, honestly, I really don't see me doing nothing but music. That's all I really want to do. He said I was gonna be a Sunday school teacher, something like that. Mm-hmm, yeah. But I just kept on playing. I got in a little group, I forget what we called ourselves. My boy Justin and Kevin, my boy Arthur and the other Justin, we had some stuff going on. King Midas. Yeah, I hope y'all know who that is.
I don't, but I'll have to check him out.
Bro, killer producer. And he's fire on the vocoder too. Mm-hmm. But that happened. I went to my cousin's church one night and the pastor prophesied. He called me up in front. He was like, God gonna use you, God gonna use your music to help people. You're gonna go all around the world with it, and it's gonna bless a lot of people. He ain't say nothing about a bunch of money. I wish he did, because everything else is true.
Yeah.
No talk, bro. Like that even gave me more of a heart. Like, yeah, I gotta go for this. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even go for it. I worked and just thought about music all day. Mm-hmm. Humming I done did cable. I done did satellite, electrical equipment sales. Mm-hmm. I could drive a forklift. I could use an excavator. Street signs, drains. I done did a lot of stuff, but the whole time I'm beatboxing my phone. Machine operator in the factory, mm-hmm. but mechanic, or mechanic assistant. But the whole time just thinking about music and making songs. And I was doing what I had to do to survive and for my family, which was just me and my wife, and then eventually my daughter. But when I moved to Louisiana, I was able to take music a little more serious. Mm-hmm. In Baltimore, I had to work. And honestly, Baltimore, like a lot of places, but I only could speak for that because I was from there, oversaturated with super talent. Uh-huh. I'm talking about, man, everybody on some Corey level, if we talking Keyz. Or you know who Morgan Turner is, the bass player? Uh-uh. Oh my God. Dana Hawkins, the drummer?
Yeah.
Okay. All of those
everyone's
levels.
like that, like up there.
Right. And then here I go. You feel me? I'm getting by. I'm doing my little open mic gigs with these cats, and we got a little jazz, whatever. But everybody killing, and they was using all the same musicians. So most of the most killer musicians in Baltimore got regular jobs. Work for the post office, drive trucks, drive buses. Avon, you driving the bus. It's like, dog, he was monster drummer. But
Right.
anyway, so I got out of there, came down here and fit right in because I got an East Coast sound. And
Okay.
Neo Soul and Joe Scott was all that was popping when I first moved here. Playing for one artist. And she goes to this open mic and I meet Tank. And then Tank was like, she liked the way I play. We formed a group at the open mic. And that just turned into Tank and the Bangas eventually.
Oh
and,
yeah. Because of course I had to ask about that. But no, that's cool. So you moved to Louisiana like specifically for music. You're like, that's where it's at. Oh no.
No. I got married when I was 21. And my wife at the time is from Slidell.
Okay.
So we came here and we were about 2-3 years in, starting over, young me. It was 2008 I moved here. And started with a rock band. I went to this record store, met a guy named Norman, white guy with glasses and long hair. I'm like, it's funny. I'm Norm. I wear glasses too.
Right.
So we kind of hit it off. He said he played bass and drums. I'm like, all right, cool. I play bass, keys, and drums.
Right.
We got a band called Snuff Sugar. It's his guitarist Alex, and they had a band, Snuff Sugar. They invited me in. We did rap battles and stuff. I met a lot of rappers. Some of them needed bass lines. One of the rappers, Jack Spratt, knew a chick named Tanya Boy Cannon. She needed a keyboard player. I played with her. She featured at the open mic. I met Amari and Nation, who are the original members of the Black Star Bangers. It was called Black Star Books and Cafe. That's where the open mic was held. It was Liberation Lounge is what they call it, the series. So we formed a group eventually called the Liberated Soul Collective, which included Tank and a few other artists. And that collective toured, a little bit. We went, did like Alabama, Texas, Philly. Pennsylvania, Philly specific, DC, Busboys and Poets, New York. We had Fat Baby, Shrine, Nuyorican. And that was like starting that. But then eventually the group split up and it was Tank and the Black Star Bangers. And then Amari moved to Philly to teach. And so we got the original bass player, myself, Josh, I think Merle was Brown, Tank, obviously. And we doing our thing. We go to Florida. Tank heard me on bass and wanted me to play bass. Okay. So I started playing bass. The other guy was managing, and I ain't vote for me to play bass at all. I was opposed, but Tank wanted what she wanted, and he left. So after he left, we changed the name to Tank and the Bangers and made it an LLC. That was like 2011 or 12.
Right.
And dropped our first album end of 13. Think Tank, and the rest is kind of history. Just kept it consistent. And
right.
That's that. That's the story of Tank and the Bangers for real.
Yeah. Definitely. I kind of want to speak to the consistency because I know I found out about y'all because my saxophonist, he told me, he was like, hey, you should check out this Tiny Desk. Right. When y'all got on Tiny Desk. And that's like, could you attest like, okay, that's when Tank and the Bangers like blew up for real? Because like y'all were, when the group started, were you were you doing the group full time, or you were still like working full, like, or when the group started, were you doing music full time, or are you still doing like your other job playing for like 3 or 4 different artists at the same time? Like, I want to know like how it was like when you first started playing for Tank and the Bangas up until now, where y'all do however many shows a year.
Okay, so I've been working between 2016, maybe the top of 2017. Well, from 2008 when I moved here up into 2016, 17. Time for when I first moved here, I was cutting grass for the parish, and then eventually doing mechanic assistant work, then doing the street signs and running the camera and drain. But I was playing for Tanya and Tank. I was the MD for both.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was playing for Tanya first, I felt like I needed to be loyal to that. And, I was still going to work with Tank. I was making sure both bands were straight. I saw Josh, our drummer, had a lot of cool ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I remember on stage, I told him, I was like, yo, you're gonna be them there. All right,
Yeah.
got this. You hold this down. We're gonna work together on
Yeah.
this, and I'm gonna hold it. Other chick fired me eventually.
Oh man.
Within like a month or so, you know, she was with love. I'm saying is she would book. She was managing herself, so we had a manager. Our manager would book us a month or two in advance. She'd book last minute and be mad I couldn't make it.
And
or
it's
had
like,
to,
dog, like I already committed to Tank's dates, you know, all that sort of
yes,
stuff.
I had to do a builder band on both sides. I'm like, you know, look, Merrill, Ethan, y'all go over here. Or matter of fact, Ethan, we're gonna do this. Merrill, you hold it down over here. We're gonna get this with our bass. And then, you know, so juggling, working on her album, working on music with Tank. And eventually, you know, she let me go. And it was just Tank. But I was still working, ended up working at the factory. I would tour. When I realized that these businesses didn't care about my family legacy, even though I was working hard and getting their money up, I was watching like them increase thousands, tens of thousands. I'm like, I do need work. And this stuff look good. I got your machine running smooth. And y'all ain't paying me right.
Right.
I know I'm an asset here. So I ain't say I know I'm an asset here. I just told him, like, look, I'm doing music. We about to go. Be back. When I come back, be right back at it. Okay. No problem. Favor of God. And what I realized was God was waiting on me. Because I mean, when I quit the first job, oh no, they fired me. They fired me. The parish, they fired me. I was late. Eric fired me for being late. It wasn't no big deal. Same thing. They wasn't giving me no raise, and I'm holding it down. I felt underappreciated, even though when I get here, everything's straight all the time. But I was just playing for churches, playing for Tank. And I'm like, okay, well, I could just do music and support me. My wife had a baby. Then she got pregnant again. I'm like, all right, I can use some more money because it's getting tight, which was fair. And I go get this job at this factory. And then that's when I realized, okay, they don't care about my family legacy. I was like, and I had the epiphany, like, well, God kept me when I was just doing music before. Why wouldn't I trust him now? So we went to London, 3 months, 2015. And that came back. I believe I still had a job, if I'm recalling proper. Yeah, yeah. And then when we went to Florida, it was time to go to Florida. I got tired of working there and feeling like I was feeling. And that's when I said, okay, I'm gonna just do music. I'm not gonna come back. And I quit. And we went to Florida, did some dates. And I was playing for churches on Sunday, doing Tank. And I told God, I was like, you know, I thank you for letting me do music. You know, it's really what I wanted to do. And I would rather volunteer at the church than be relying on that to pay my bills.
Oh, okay.
And then he made it where this with Tank and the Bangas could, you know, well, at least the ones of us that own it, we take a salary. And that has been sustaining. And I mean, you know, when I'm in town, I might go play for church. I might go play bass, play keys, whatever. But I don't necessarily have to anymore.
Okay,
you know
got you. Yeah.
And that's a blessing. It's all, I think everybody that wants to do anything, if you are afraid, then whatever you're doing is the safe space. But when you get over the fear or even trust God or trust the fact that your purpose is greater than your circumstances and your circumstances be fine because of the purpose, then you just go and it work out some kind of way.
Yeah, bro. For sure, man. Appreciate that. So how would you describe like you seeing the growth at like the first kind of Tank and the Bangas shows, like before and after Tiny Desk, essentially?
Yeah, and you know what, real, and just to fully answer your last question, because I just was kind of reminded.
But no, for sure it was necessary.
No, but I knew something was different. Like when we played small crowds sometimes, you know, it might be anywhere from 8 to 40 people in the room, 50 people, 100 people, something like that. And I remember people coming to the shows over and over again. I'm like, what is that? That's weird. Once I see Erykah Badu show. I don't need to go pay and get another one, no this. But I mean, unless you got new music or whatever, I'm not the guy that's about to just go over and over. But they was coming like church.
Mm-hmm.
Then one of the people that was coming all the time, sitting crying at that show in the back of the club. I'm like, bro, what's wrong? You all right? If somebody died, I'm thinking, you know, it's the worst. He like, no, that was a good show. Like, dog, you been saying this 100 times, man. He's like, no, I was touched. I was like, all right, whatever. We do Tiny Desk. And, you know, I ain't know nothing about Tiny Desk. You know, the only one I saying was T-Pain. I ain't grow up listening to NPR.
Right. T-Pain was the one that popped everything off, kind of, in a way.
I was like, oh, this gonna be easy. It's T-Pain with a keyboard player, no auto-tune. We're treated like an open mic, like where we started. That's my mind, in my mind. Everybody else might know, I don't know. So we do it. And it's packed in there. And at the end, a few people crying, but this one black chick, she was crying hard. And I'm like, yo, they're gonna call HR on her. She need to get her emotions under control.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened at home, but she need to. So she talking about a green room area they got for us. And I'm like, everything all right. She touched. And I'm like, okay. So about a month later, I started looking at numbers, like, you know, how many views. The chick that won the year prior, God, I wish I could recall her name out of respect. She got to 1 million around the time we won, or around the time I started looking properly. Around the time we won, fair to say.
Yeah.
Up that month later, when I was looking, we were already at 1 million. So I was like, Lord, what's happening? Why is this popping like this? Like, what is this? And he was like, I was like, why they keep coming to shows over and over? You know, he say, y'all touching hearts today. None of y'all singing in my heart. They not coming to see y'all, they coming to see me. Oh, he could use anybody. He said, I could use anybody, but I'm using y'all. And from that, I've got the phrase, you know, you can't fall off the floor. Stay humble, you know, because obviously he could use anything. We look up to other musicians. We look up to other bands. You know, we know a better everything. But as a collective, this thing he put together is special. Nobody knew each other for real prior to us meeting at that open mic. And, you know, looking at all of this come and gone, it's like, man, just realize what work this is. And I think that's why it's successful, because obviously I believe in God. I ain't no religious dude. You know, I grew up in church, but that ain't really all the truth. It's whatever. But as far as the word of God is solid. And it says, commit your way unto the Lord, he'll bring it to pass. Or, you know, basically, if what you're doing, if you say it's for him, he'll make it successful. And that's a bunch of them. Because look at this. This thing is cool, and we ain't put it together. And it's people that work harder than us that aren't as far as us. So it ain't really all good, or we so cold.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, got you, man. But yeah, man, I should have started with this. I was like, for people who are listening, like, if you could describe Tank and the Bangas, if you can describe Tank and the Bangas, just like if no one's ever heard them, like, hey, you should check out this group. This is what their vibe is, or whatever. Yeah.
All right. Oh man. You know, Tank, she's a poet first, she says, but beautiful singer, MC, she can rap, you know what I mean? Beautiful writer, metaphors out this world, and she knows what to say to touch your heart. As far as the genre, I guess you could say we're genre fluid.
Yeah.
we could tap anything from rock to the assumed reggae, to the R&B, soul, hip hop thing, but it's all, and what, you know, gospel based. You know, we got jazz musicians in our band that got all the chops. So we got the jazz popping. You know, it could go. Oh, it's folk sometimes. It could be whatever. The thing is, we like all kind of music, so whatever's in comes out in a form one way or another. And people like it. People say, people have said this, like our first album, and even albums after, but this is when I was like, okay, something different. They said I was gonna commit suicide and I didn't because I was inspired by your music. One guy said, I don't believe in God, which are making me wonder. That was crazy. Then hold on one second. I had a knock at the door.
Do you think? Yeah.
It's a package. Thank you. But oh yeah, guy said I don't believe in God, but y'all making me wonder. A lot of people said our music got them through COVID, which was special because that was a tough time for everybody. Just stuff like that. It's a worthy listen.
No, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, if y'all haven't checked out Tank of the Bangas, at least just start with a tiny desk and then you work your way up from there. Because y'all do so many like sessions and like just these little things. Like I just watched the transit deal that y'all did like on the
bus in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That was great.
I just watched that. Like there's a rabbit hole to go down. But no, I've seen y'all pretty much every time y'all hit Atlanta. I missed the show where y'all were with Trombone Shorty. I missed that one. That should have been the one that I went to. But like I missed that one. But like pretty much every time y'all hit Atlanta, the first time I saw y'all, it was like one music fest in 2017. And then it was like Variety Playhouse. And then 2019, I forget where y'all were. But no, like pretty much every time that y'all been here, I've gone to a show. And then when Tank did her the poetry book tour, like that's when I actually like got to talk to you for real. But that was like that whole show was like super creative. Were you just freestyling the whole time on that, or was it like Tank was like, here's the type of vibe that I want for this? Like how did that come about?
So we had something like a rehearsal, but when it's just you can do what you want.
Absolutely.
And that I loved. I enjoyed being able to, understanding what she was trying to translate or convey verbally and wanting to set the type of vibe behind her. And I mean, I guess it could have been better, but it was great.
Dog, it was the show that I went to was great. The show at the City Winery in Atlanta was great in my opinion because it was just Kronos, MPC, and like I think you had a bass and possibly a guitar. Yeah. So that was it. Cause like I was like, when I saw like pictures from the tour, I was like, oh man, Norman's gonna be there. I'm like, he's gonna provide some vibes, but like I didn't know exactly like what it looked like. And it was like that was a super dope show, man.
Glory to God. That was fun, man. I ain't lying, bro. Like I do love to just see what happens as because everything's a wave, everything a vibration, and sometimes you get something fresh. And you don't want to play the same old thing, which is probably why our shows seem so different all the time.
Exactly. That was what I was gonna say. I was like, I've seen all these shows, and even though if y'all don't do anything else, I know some of the set lists crossed over, but like if anything, you're gonna do quick, right? But like I know like y'all haven't been to a show and y'all haven't done it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But I'm saying like y'all are at least gonna do that song, right? So like, but it's like every time like the way that y'all get in and out of it, or like the style in which you like, there's I can probably confidently say 5 shows that I've been to, there have been 5 different versions of this song.
Yeah.
And like, and so like, no, like that's like why I also like, I love the group because like it's never like, all right, we're gonna play like this. And I'm wondering, I'm like, do y'all be rehearsing, or do y'all like? I mean, like I'm sure you rehearse, but I mean, like, or is it a lot of times it's just like Tank's like, hey, Norman, give me an intro right here for this, and then we'll figure it out once we get into it. Or like, oh, this time I want to break it down. Like I want to know like how that goes, because there are a bunch of different like I said, like a lot of these songs that y'all do, like there's so many different like variations in which y'all have done it.
I will say this: 90% of the arrangements are Josh, the drummer, and
okay, yeah,
and he'd be like, dude, he don't play keys now, but he can hum.
Yeah.
He can spell it out.
That's like me and my drummer. I'm like, I do not play drums, but I could tell you
Yeah,
exactly what I want
I
to
can
do.
beatbox
Yeah.
now. But he's responsible for a lot of the arrangements. Other people come up with stuff. We all come up with stuff. Mm-hmm. Tank sometimes, as you say, might be like, switch it up right here. I want to should do something, and we'll try to mock whatever she's saying. And sometimes, just might do something cool in the sound check, and it turn into something else.
Yeah.
But we definitely rehearse. We definitely create arrangements and try to stick to whatever the new script is.
Yeah. Do you have plans for anything coming up under your name at all? Like do you want to do like a solo thing or like just anything like that?
I tell you, I do write songs. I got a lot of songs, man. And it's artists that I want to work with. Even if I'm just giving them songs, you know what I mean? Like some of the stuff's done got out there already, you know what I mean? One artist, he worked on it, he did it, he killed it, but he didn't put it on his album. It didn't fit his album, but it was fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's fire. I guess I could drop a name. That was BJ Chicago Kid.
Man.
I got a song I want to get a cassette. I already told Donald Lawrence, since we worked with him before, I got a song I done did over by the Williams brothers.
Gotcha. So you just want to kind of produce and like do stuff like for other artists. Like you don't necessarily want anything for you yourself.
I'm not about to pour my soul out in the mic. I don't, unless God gave me the courage to do that, bro. I don't never see me up there, Marvin Gaye, Alec Green, hollering. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I respect that, to be able to get up there and pour out your soul. Like that's something.
Yeah.
But as far as personally, like, I mean, I just want to write songs, man. They always coming. Whether it's melodies and just the groove and all, or some lyrics every now and then. It's like in production, I don't know how to mix, so I don't never call myself a producer. However, I do know how things sound. And I do know most producers got a fire engineer.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah,
if I guess with the engineer, I could consider myself going into production. But I just want to get these songs out as quick as possible so they could sing them and make them sound good.
I got you. All right, gonna go into a couple of segments. This is what I ask pretty much every Major Keyz guest. All right, what's the worst gig that you've had, or like what's the worst thing that like happened on a gig?
Keyboards falling. Power Pro stand just taking both of my big old heavy keyboards down hard.
Dang. And this happened like recently?
No, this was no.
Oh, okay.
Stopped dealing with them years ago. And I was still running double MIDI. This was probably 2014, 15-ish. And I hated that. That hurt so bad. Other than that, like having bad sound or not, you go to play or you got a patch that's the wrong patch. I mean, stuff happen all the time, but worst gig, just ain't nothing worse than sending your gear. You're sending your money hit the floor like that, bro.
Oh yeah, because it's like what you got, like if this is 2014, because I don't know what keyboards you played like back then. I know you play the Chronos now.
I had two M audios. I had the big silver joint with the slides, and I had the small black one, the Axiom 61. And Power Pro was the stand. Man, that thing powered my stuff on the floor.
Man, like and it's like during the show.
During the show,
and it's like you can't even.
They just dropped. So I just had to figure life out. I saw it was a guy that happened to on a meme some time ago. I guess last year I might have saw the internet thing. And I was like, oh, that happened to me before. That's the worst.
Yeah, thankfully.
But the internet wasn't popping when that happened to me.
Right. It slick happened to me at a sound check. It was I was playing with this artist named Baby Rose. And they I've done like a couple of gigs with her. I did a couple of gigs with her, and I asked for a Motif XF8, like the big boy, and like the stand that they put it on was not the most, and so like at sound check, like it fell. It fell. Thankfully, nothing like that has ever happened like during the show. But it's just like I can only imagine, like, even if it's not like your show, like you're like the keyboard player, like drop their stuff in the middle or whatever, and like of course it's gonna make like this loud noise, and like the song is going or whatever, and then don't let it be a song where like it's keys heavy, So it just sounds
all
like,
eyes on you.
yeah, man.
All eyes on you.
It just sounds bad. It just sounds bad.
Yeah. Side note, she is so sweet, so gorgeous. And cool was like, I'd heard her before I saw her.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Show You. And I was like, oh, wow. So I'm expecting some Della Reese looking chick, you know what I mean? With this heavy tone. It's like, it's you. So sweet, bro. So fire. Congrats on you for playing for her, man. She amazing artist.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did a few gigs with her. That was 2019-ish. And then like I did a Christmas show with her like 2021.
Fire.
Cool people. Sweet. So yeah, top three keyboardists, top three keyboard players that like like that you can hit up and be like, this is my homie. And then top three like legends.
James Ash, Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua Wilson, Baltimore. Joe Johnson, New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that I know I could call right now.
Mm-hmm.
Joe might be hard to get. But favorite all time, man. Well, you already know the influence was James Poyser for sure.
Right.
I found out all that he did, that resume, bro.
Oh yeah. It's lengthy.
It's all my favorite joints.
Right.
So yeah. And I'm forever astonished by how Corey Henry plays.
Mm-hmm.
We toured with him and getting to see that up close.
Oh yeah.
Him and Simran, bro.
Oh, Nick Simrad, absolutely.
Thank you for the correction.
Simrad, it might be Simrad, but like Nick is dope. Yeah.
Oh, crazy sound designer. Phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But perfect bed under all of the crazy that Corey been doing for years, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I gotta throw him in there, and just on a classic tip, man. It's tough to say. I mean, between George Duke and Herbie, I'm kind of
for sure. No. You can say both. It's fine.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Go ahead and say both. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. That's tough.
No, for sure.
It vibes.
Yeah, man. No. That's a good list. No, all of those.
What about you?
My top 5: Robert Glasper, Corey Henry, Sean Martin, Herbie, Chick, and then you can also put John Baptiste and Jacob Collier in there too.
Bruh. How did I not say John? Oh God, I'm sorry. Bruh. Yeah, you should have said top 5 for sure.
I should have like, but usually I do. I usually am like, oh yo, if you don't want to exclude anybody, you can name a few other people.
Oh, his mind, yo.
John, yeah.
His mind is so far out, bro.
Yeah.
Sean, Jesus, look at that resume, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you remember the old Kim live in like Memphis joint?
I know of it now because of him.
I looked at that probably 5 years ago again, and I noticed a little guy in the back. Killing. Sean.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know he was that old.
Dog. And like I did an interview with Sean, and he casually told me, he was like, yeah, when I played with Shaka, like he played with Shaka Khan for 2 years. Sean is the homie for real. Yeah. But yeah, bro. Okay.
Material facts.
Absolutely. Okay, here you go. This is one that stumps everybody. Build your super group. right? So you don't have to be involved in this. But this is like, okay, so the only caveat is everybody has to be alive, right? So this could possibly happen. You have an unlimited budget, everybody's available, right? You can build a band or a show with like at least keys, bass, guitar, drums, horn section if you want to, lead vocalist. What is your
Got it.
what is your
Got it.
dream group? You got it?
Yup. Drum and bass, Thad and Spank.
For sure.
Oh, oh. Shit. Man, Keyz. No, I say aux and organ chord.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, J-Mo. You know J-Mo? Jerry's Mosey on
I know
guitar?
who you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Band already killing. But shoot, you know, shit, get Poison on Mains.
Okay. All right.
Poison on Mains, Corey on organ and Ox, you know what I mean? Both of them, whatever. But I ain't gotta touch the horns because the 4-piece, 5-piece smacking.
That's fine. That's fine.
And and the front on vocals, Jesus. Oh, oh, oh my. Better be coming. I don't even know that, bro. Oh, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I mean, shoot. It'll take anybody to a level, but I mean,
Yeah.
and then that type of setup, you know, you could do any genre.
Exactly.
I think I got stuck just now, like you said.
I was like, this be stumping people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's real. I don't know who band that is,
Mm-hmm.
but they smacking.
Yeah. So you can't name anyone for anyone for the front.
Yo, all right, bet. Facts. You know who Jelly is? Our old
Yeah,
back.
from yeah.
Yo, she the new shocker to me. I mean, I know Fantasia know how to holler and all that, and she is amazing fire.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And there's so many others, but Jelly be having fun with her music now. But when she gets serious, and sing something for real, that's some shocker level right there. But anyway, that'd be fun to see her do that.
Yeah.
But celebrity level, I'd love to see. Man, I don't even know what's popping right now. I don't know, bro. I want to say Jill and Erica because they done used a lot of them already, man. You
Oh
know,
wow. Hey man, you've got unlimited budget, unlimited availability. They can make it in this scenario. But yeah, that's we'll put all three of them.
Who you booking?
I think at one
That
point.
band.
Oh, for that band.
I want to hear your band, but I'm saying who you gonna put in the front of that band?
Thaddeus Tribbett, Spanky, because I love them. Well, Thaddeus and Spanky used to play for Jill Scott. Lettucey.
Yes, bro. Yes. Man, why don't she? And I don't know if she was on Verve with us at one point. Well, she was there before us, but absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely killer show.
Yeah.
Now, what your band look like?
My band, I think I had Thaddeus Tribbett. I think I had Larnell Lewis on drums. Larnell Lewis from Snarky Puppy.
Oh my God, yeah.
I love Mark Lettieri from Snarky Puppy, but I also love, who can't lose. Isaiah Sharkey can't lose,
Jesus.
Definitely.
Like damn near a teenager on when they were working on Vanguard, like between 17 and 19.
That's crazy.
That was who else?
Sharkey. That's crazy. I probably had Corey and Sean. As of right now, I'd say Corey and Sean. And then I think as my singer, I might have had it was either Layla or Lettucey, I think, as my singer. But for a jazz band, I would do Robert Glasper, Sput, Derek Hodge, Samara Joy.
Fire.
For a jazz band.
And I would throw Justin Schultz or somebody in there as a like the 6-man type of he could do aux keys, he could do guitar if you want.
Yeah.
You already got bass and everything. Oh, you got Sharky on guitar. What am I saying?
Yeah. It's just like there's so many
Yeah,
ways
man,
that you can
it's
flip it.
stupid. That's crazy.
It's a like pull that up like next time like you're with some people and like see how that goes because like there's so many different ways that you can flip it.
That's a super band though, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Super, and I mean they could kill some jazz, like kill a whole award show.
Absolutely. Last thing, man. What do you want to leave with the people? You've already dropped a bunch of gems, but like, what's the last thing you want to,
It's all in the same vein, you better know who you work for if you want it to work. Otherwise, if you think you're doing it for fame, you corny. If you're doing it for money is limited as far as its abilities. It's not you can't buy sleep, you can't buy peace of mind, can't buy health. You could buy a friend, but you can't buy love, but all of that's found in God, and he got your best interest at heart. That's your closest friend since birth, closer than your nose, you know what I mean? So I would look for direction from him. I would also, subscribe to that more than your religion, your gospel gang label, whether it be anything, and that's, I think, a success. If our band at all is considered successful, with the accolades or whatever, that's success. If we're successful in your eyes, I believe we got our success from God. And I think that's important to focus on. Just what he wants you to do, knowing that your music is a vibration and sound changes water, changes atmospheres. Water is inside. We 75% water, like the earth. We are all seen the studies where they talk to the plant or play some music to the plant, and they talk good or bad, or music is good or bad, and the plant either dies or lives. They got studies with icicles. It's all the same thing. When we realize that our words, our sounds are all manipulating the water and minerals in people's bodies and our own atmospheres, we'd be a little more careful with what we say, how we put the vibration out there. I say study 440 versus 432. I'll study all of it. Just try to see what you are actually doing, and guard your ears and your minds, because you know what, garbage in, garbage out, like my grandma would say. But that's all. I'm gonna leave all that right there.
I got you, man. I appreciate it. Socials for the people that don't know.
Tanking the Bangas on IG, tankingthebangas.com, blah, 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 blah. Mine is Norman McCoy, but it's spelled backwards. So it says Namron. But you type in Namron, you'll see it. Namron with a Y, CCO, and no, what's it? YOCCM, McCoy backwards.
I'm gonna put it below, but like,
put it up there, man. It's right there at the bottom of the screen if you see
it. Yeah. Got you, man. Y'all check out. No. Go ahead. What's up? Yeah.
Much love, man. Thank you. I'm definitely honored to be considered for something like this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. For sure, bro.
I'm regular. You feel me? Like, but thank you for thinking about me, bro. Thank you for paying attention to our group. And dude, much appreciation.
Sure. Much appreciation, man. Absolutely. Thank you for hopping on, bro. That's been another episode. Wait, hold up. I was supposed to say, yeah. Y'all make sure y'all check out Tank of the Bangers, the Red Balloon. Check out Green Balloon. Check out Think Tank, the 10th anniversary CD just came out. Check all that out. My name is Zach Wilson. This has been another episode of the Major Keyz podcast. We'll see y'all next time. Keep pressing on.
Peace, y'all.